Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome everyone to today's session, our elementary unmute and recharge session. Today we have two fabulous presenters showcasing some tech and integration with their students, things they use. We have Jeanette Medjadas and Lizette Torres that are going to be joining us today. So welcome everyone. Please keep your mics muted, but if you have questions, just go ahead and ask them in the chat and we'll work on answering these for you. If you haven't registered, please register on the PD system. The session number is 309-383. I also put the link in the chat, so you can just click on that link. And then make sure you check in with the remote check-in code PSJA Tech to get credit for the session and also to qualify for our door prize at the end of the session. So I am going to now turn it over to Jeanette, our CIT and IB coach at Palacios Elementary, to go over her presentation with you. So Jeanette, go ahead and take it away.
Well, hello there. So like Debbie said, we're going to be sharing a couple of super neat tools. Let me know if you can see my screen. Are you able to see it?
Yes, we can.
Oh, perfect. Alrighty, so let me just kind of give you a really quick glimpse of what it's going to be about. So the website in itself is called School AI, but we're going to focus on a specific area, which is called Sidekick. And what it is, it's a really neat way for your students to interact in an educational level with AI. And so what it does is you're able to add prompts and different guiding questions, and your students can utilize it for research. And so right now we're kind of going to see how that goes about. And so this is kind of what the intro will look like. It's going to ask you for a couple questions of the way you want Sidekick to interact with your students. And so the way it will work on their end is once they provide that link for your students, it's kind of like they're texting their friend. And so they're able to provide different questions and different topics, and the students will then interact with Sidekick to receive more answers. So it's pretty neat. And it's just one of the tools that School AI has available. It does have many other different components, but that's what we're going to focus on today. I left this on there. That way, when you go back, you're able to kind of get some ideas of how to prompt your Sidekick. So let's get started. So this is what the website will look like when you first log in. You will log in and sign in with your credentials the way we have with Google, and then you will have an easy access in. And so what we're going to be using today is Sidekick. So you will select on Sidekick, and if you notice, this is where you will start your data. And so what it's going to do, first it asks you how you want Sidekick to interact with your students. So we're going to just kind of give some feedback, and I'm going to put exactly what I had put on this slide. So we're going to give students information about the animal, or about just animal life cycles. Animal life cycles. And then we're going to ask it to give it information. So give information. And then, but it's also going to require the students to answer or ask questions. So require students to ask questions. And then you will have more options here on the bottom. You'll go to more options, and then it's going to ask you who Sidekick will be interacting with. We're going to pretend that we are working with third grade students. So third grade students is who they will give information to. And then we're just going to put to give detail, give enough details, but require them to think, because we don't want to make it too easy either. You're going to have to question, inquire, and so on and so forth. And then we are going to encourage not to give yes or no answers. So once you've already filled this out, you can later go back in and then make different adjustments, but we are going to launch it. And so what it's going to do, it's going to give you a QR code. This is a QR code that you will share with your students, or you could share the link as well. So we are going to go to copy and we are going to initiate a session. So this is what your students will see. So when they go in, the students will type their name and they will get started. And so then Sidekick will start giving them different prompts. And so it's going to ask them first, can you tell me what you know about the animal life cycle? And so the students can maybe reply, they have different stages. And then they will send the message and then Sidekick will respond and give them more. And then if you notice, every time that Sidekick responds, it provides another question so that the conversation doesn't end there. And then this is really neat because then the students are able to ask more questions. And if they don't have it, and if they, what's really neat is they can't get off topic. So for example, they can't ask, what's 5 + 3? Let's focus on animal life cycle. So it kind of eliminates that distraction from the students focusing on their actual project, and it'll ask them another question. Now, what's really neat is it also does it in Spanish. So if you have a project or the students have a project, then they can do it in Spanish. I did this earlier and it activated the Spanish portion. So if you notice here, now it's speaking to them in Spanish. And what's really neat is if you ask this to speak, then a Sidekick will actually speak to the
Hola.
students.
Continuemos con los ciclos de vida de los animales. ¿Puedes describir alguna etapa de la vida de una rana o una mariposa?
And so this is great for the students that maybe don't have that opportunity to be able to read as fast, or they just have trouble reading in itself. And you can also use a microphone to record your voice so that it types it out for you. So it has all these really neat aspects. This is more for like a research project, I would say. If you have maybe at the end of the unit and the students have something of this sort to be able to complete, that's really neat. And one more thing I'm going to show you is once you finish these sections, what you're able to do is you're actually able to see how your students interacted with the program. And so if you notice for this particular session, you had 2 students that logged in, and then you're able to see all the interactions that the student had with Sidekick. And so this is really, really neat for you to be able to see the route in which your students are taking. And it's just a way that they can interact in a whole different level without it just looking for things on the internet. It really does open up a whole other world for them. And it's just really, really cool to see what the students are able to do with that. So that's the presentation I have for you today. I don't know if anybody has any questions. I know, like I mentioned, School AI does have a lot of different tools available. If you go to tools, they have all kinds of things that it can generate for you, lesson plans, rubrics, all that sort of stuff, kind of like Magic School. I did see that there was a Discover section, and you're able to join other sessions that somebody else has created. Like this one was really neat. So this particular session, the students see the picture, and then they're basically writing a story for them. So alongside with Sidekick, they're also able to continue building up on this story. And so that's really neat. Like I said, you are able to edit a lot of the stuff that's on there. So if this is something that you would like to use and you need to maybe adjust it to your grade level, you're able to do that. But yeah, it's a really neat resource. And if you guys have any questions on anything, just let me know.
I love it. AI is like the hot topic right now,
Yeah.
and it's really cool. I did join your session and it was kind of fun. Like I just, integrated or
Yeah.
interacted a little bit, and I love how you can differentiate for students that aren't able to like write and type, they can speak. So perfect. Awesome tool. Thank you so much, Jeanette.
Thank you.
And I didn't see any other questions, but if you have them, just put them in the chat, or we can also chat at the end of the session. So again, now we have the Seth Todas joining us. Welcome. Our next fabulous presenter. Take it away.
Hi, Ms. Torres. I'm gonna present. I know it gets hard sometimes when our classrooms are the size of 20 or enough students to help at least 1 or 2 regulate their emotions. I know someone wasn't sharing, someone got upset over a situation, and it's hard to, okay, let me drop everything and work with that one student. And I decided to make a page for my students that they can follow the link, QR code, and then I have breathing exercises and games and activities they can do, and that's what I wanted to present. So with Canva, I know we've been talking a lot about Canva, and I really liked it, the web page, because that's what we were doing with mine, with my campus. I wanted to do this accessible for the kids because I know we're all on the devices, or I'm using a program in my classroom as well, so they already have their computers. And I'm pushing for them to go independently explore things by themselves. And I'm already monitoring at the webpage, but let me see if I could present the slides. A window. Okay. Can you see my screen? Okay.
Yes, we can.
All right. So yes, this is my presentation. I'm working on the Calming Corner. I did that webpage through Canva. It's a welcoming corner, a place where the kids can relax, unwind, recharge their energy, and regulate their emotions. Here's what you can expect. I have mindful activities. I like that they're already been monitored, they already been processed. I feel safe that my kids can go in that page and I don't have to worry about what they're looking at. So I have YouTube videos for soothing sounds. I have a creative corner where it's a coloring section that they are able to do some mandala projects, or they have coloring pages, and all of these links are web pages and activities they can do online. So I don't have to bring other materials besides their laptops, and they just follow the links. And the cozy reading nook, I'm working on that one. I really like the storybook online, and it has a lot of good materials, books that the kids love to read, and they're read to them. So it's easier for them to just log in, follow the links, and then maybe read a book on regulating their emotions. But if you go to on the presentation, click on the picture and it'll take you to the page. I already have it open. Can you see it? Calming Corner? Yes?
Yes, we can. The
Okay,
picture does take us to the link.
Sorry. So you click on it and then you can follow. This is a choice board I gave them. They have visual videos. These are they have music and videos integrated, but it helps them to disconnect, regulate with their brains. But it's more like visually appealing, stimulating, especially for the kiddos with divergent brains. It helps them stimulate their brains, relax, tone in something that is more regulated, more calming. And then the coloring page puzzles. They click on the web page. It has a variety of puzzles. So once you go down, like I said, this one, they really love this page. Uh, it's called Silky. And then as they move, you can go through spreading the picture out, change the colors. You can change how many dots you want, and the kids go crazy with that one. And what I thought it was interesting is that they're just squiggly lines, but as the kids are working with it, they're telling you, oh, it looks like a man lifting something, and it looks like a car, or it looks like a dragon. And I'm very surprised that the ideas that are coming out of the kids with just random lines, and it works with their creativity. The paint and super coloring books, these are stimulating videos for them. It has visually pleasing, it has audio sensitivity. They can turn off the sounds and just watch the video, but it helps them calm and regulate their emotions. Puzzles, they just click on it, it takes it. Breathing exercises, I wanted YouTube because it's easy for me to say, let's do the puzzle, but it's better for them to just look at the video and have them explain it to them, or inflate the balloon, and it has a timer that works with them on how to do the breathing motions with them. I have crossword puzzles, and then these, I've tried to look for educational games. I know they're all used to ABC, yeah, but I found this Science World, and they're available. They can go change by grade level. If you click on Science World, you click on the map, and it'll tell you what grade level, and all the games that interact there is based on that level. But it's just a few games, and I thought it was pretty neat. But yes, later on I want to be adding more things as the kids like. I know some of them were telling me about exercising, and I wanted to add videos that they can do yoga. I wanted to do videos, and in my room I have an area designated for this, the calming corner, where the kids can go and have their headphones, their computer, a mat, and they can work on their regulation on their own while I'm working with my kids in small group. But yes, this is one of my projects that I want to do with my kids. I have my barcodes available in the cards in the folders, and I even have it in my calming corner. So the kids just go on with their camera, they scan the barcode, and it takes them automatically here. So I don't have to be typing it in, and they know where to go. But yes, that's my presentation. That's how I'm using Canva and the webpage in my classroom for my students regulating their emotions. Any questions?
I love it. What a neat idea. And it looks so appealing. And I love that you're using the QR code to make it super easy for them to get into that. And then they have all those choices, like, because what calms one might not calm another. Exactly. So they have like some choices. So neat ideas. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, I need to use it right now.
And Jeanette wants to use it for herself right now too.
Yes, and I wanted to share it, that way you guys can copy it, and they can manipulate it and change it to their classroom styles, what they want, or their things. But yeah.
Manipulate.
Thank you. Amazing presentations today, ladies. Thank you so much for taking your time today to do that for us. And we learned a lot. Great ideas. So if there are no more questions, we'll go ahead and do our raffle. We do have one door prize today. So I already have the wheel of names ready. We'll go ahead and stop the recording, but we want to thank everyone for coming today and hopefully join us at other sessions.